Zeking Washan had pursued Gu Yanzi single-mindedly for 7 whole years. Her years of unrequited love never yielded any response. Crushed by endless disappointment and fruitless longing, she finally chose to let go of her obsession and went abroad to study in Germany. The 3 years living alone in a foreign country were long and tortuous. Burdened by overwhelming academic pressure and lonely days, she was on the verge of collapse and mental breakdown. Just as she was about to be driven to the edge by harsh overseas life, fate brought an unexpected turning point. Gu Yanzi, I came to the same city in Germany. The obsession hidden in her heart for 10 years surged wildly once again. Unable to restrain her long-suppressed love, Zeking Washan logged into a seldom-used WeChat account that she had abandoned for 3 years. She scrolled through Gu Yanzi's moments over and over. He had always been keen on sharing every trivial detail of his life, including fitness routines, home-cooked meals, and daily snippets. For years, she had secretly saved his photos, indulging in this secret and silent crush in her own world. One day, she accidentally came across his latest video. In the footage, Gu Yanzi, I was injured on the head with bandages wrapped around his forehead, lying unconscious in a hospital bed. A foreign doctor appeared in the video, looking for his local friends in Germany to take care of him, with an accurate hospital location attached below. Filled with urgent anxiety, Zeking Washan rushed to the hospital without hesitation. There, she saw Gu Yanzi, who had just woken up. His eyes were clear, pure and docile, completely different from the cold and distant demeanor he had in their youth. He looked gentle and well-behaved. The ward nurse mistook her for Gu Yanzi, his girlfriend, and the foreign doctor held the same misunderstanding. Instead of clarifying the truth, Zeking Washan chose to remain silent and acquiesce to this identity. From the doctor's explanation, she learned that Gu Yanzi had suffered selective amnesia due to a severe head impact, losing part of his past memories. Stranded in a strange foreign city, he had no relatives or friends around him, helpless and lonely. A despicable yet greedy thought crept into her mind in an instant. Grasping this rare God-given opportunity, Zeking Washan decided to hide the truth completely. She wove a complete and elaborate lie about their love, claiming that they had been in a romantic relationship for a long time and that she had traveled all the way to Germany just to accompany and take care of him. Having lost part of his memories, Gu Yanzi, I was innocent and trusting, believing every word she said without suspicion. In this way, in the 10th year of her secret love, Jorchin finally got together with Gu Yanzi, by relying on a carefully crafted deception to firmly hold on to this love stolen through lies and prevent Gu Yanzi from regaining his memories. She took strict precautions in all aspects, deliberately cutting off all connections and clues that might remind him of his past. She was fully aware that their relationship was built on falsehood, twisted and immoral, yet she enjoyed every moment of it wholeheartedly. Compared with a candid and above-board romance, she preferred this exclusive tenderness that belonged only to her, free from outside interference and judgment. In a foreign land where no one knew them, she possessed Gu Yanzi recklessly, drowning in the sweet bubble she had created for herself. She originally planned to stay with him for only 1 year, but Gu Yanzi was willing to give up his original arrangements and stay in Germany with her to continue their overseas studies. For years of intimate cohabitation followed, filled with tender and lingering affection. Gu Yanzi spoiled her unconditionally, tolerating all her petty tempers and willfulness. He would soothe her emotions with soft kisses and promise a future marriage. His strong figure and constant doting filled the long empty gap in Zeking Washan's heart. While indulging in the happiness of being loved, she lived in constant fear of the truth being exposed at any moment. During their 4-year relationship, Zeking Washan kept a clear boundary. She only allowed intimate hugs and kisses, refusing to cross the final line of physical intimacy. She knew perfectly well that once Gu Yanzi recovered his memories and learned the truth of her 4-year deception, he would be furious and break all ties with her, leaving her to face severe consequences. When their 4 years of overseas study came to an end, Gu Yanzh I completed his studies smoothly, and they had to return to their homeland together. The utopian dream she had stolen was finally coming to an end. On the flight back home, sorrow and fear intertwined in her heart. Overwhelmed by sadness, Jiqing Washan took the initiative to propose a breakup, covering up her inner panic with coquettish grievances. Gu Yanzh tried his best to comfort her, unwilling to let her leave. He whispered their future marriage promise, his deep and intense love making her feel extremely guilty and reluctant. She was filled with endless regret, lamenting that she had not possessed him completely in the past for years, yet she was terrified of the day when her lies would be revealed. As soon as the plane landed, taking advantage of Gu Yanzh going to pick up their luggage, Jiqing Washan fled cruelly and disappeared completely from his life, choosing escape to gain temporary freedom. After her desperate escape, Jiqing Washan sank into decadence and avoided reality like an ostrich. In the days after their separation, longing gnawed at her heart constantly. She could not help secretly checking Gu Yanzh's social media, only to find that he had closed his moment's permissions, cutting off her last thread of connection with him. Trapped in extreme suffering, she poured out her grievances and longing to her best friend Ezhiqiu, learning about her pain and anxiety. Ezhiqiu took the initiative to inquire about Gu Yanzh's news and brought her a crucial piece of good news. Gu Yanzh had fully recovered his memories, but he had completely forgotten the 4 years of romantic relationship in Germany. This meant Jiqing Washan's deception would never be exposed, and she would never face his anger and retaliation. She could appear beside Gu Yanzh openly and freely, pursuing him again without any burden. A high society gathering for wealthy families was soon held, and Gu Yanzh was confirmed to attend. Regaining full courage, Jiqing Washan made up her mind to restart her journey of chasing love. She recalled her clumsy and embarrassing attempts to pursue Gu Yanzh in her teenage years, handing him an empty water bottle, rolling her eyes awkwardly when being caught staring, and pushing him away accidentally. After countless failed attempts, she now had 4 years of intimate relationship experience. Confident and determined, she believed she could easily capture Gu Yanzh's heart this time. At the party, Gu Yanzh remained the dazzling air of a wealthy group, cold, elegant and tall, standing far above the ordinary crowd. There was an insurmountable gap between their identities, pushed forward abruptly by her best friend. Jiqing Washan stumbled directly into Gu Yanzh's arms. Out of the subconscious habit formed by 4 years of close contact, he held her tightly in his arms for a moment. The brief physical touch awakened countless tender memories hidden deep in her heart. After a moment of daze, Jiqing Washan made up her mind to launch a new pursuit plan. Starting with secret seduction. She figured out Gu Yanzh's favorite food in advance and reserved the seat near cakes that he loved the most. Under the dining table, she tentatively touched his fingers quietly. Several subtle attempts received no rejection, boosting her confidence greatly. However, when she reached out to hold his hand boldly, Gu Yanzh gently pushed her hand away. Flustered and embarrassed, she reacted quickly, pretending to applaud secretly under the table to resolve the awkward situation. She also caught a faint and restrained smile from him, realizing that he had hidden affection for her. With the first seduction plan ending in failure, Jiqing Washan immediately launched Plan B, playing the victim and seeking sympathy. Taking advantage of her slightly injured hand from an accidental conflict, she asked Ezhiqiu to post a miserable update only visible to Gu Yanzh, describing her injured hand that could not even hold chopsticks, hoping to arouse his heart-taken pity. Nevertheless, the post received no response at all, and Gu Yanzh paid no attention to her deliberate vulnerability, marking the complete failure of her second plan. After successive setbacks, Jiqing Washan decided to use her ultimate trick. She found Gu Yanzh drinking alone in a bar at night and planned to take advantage of his drunken state to spend an intimate night with him, binding their relationship through closeness and confirming their bond first. She successfully took the intoxicated Gu Yanzi to a couple suite. Staring at his handsome and sleepy face, she could not resist taking the initiative to kiss him, step by step testing his limits and preparing to break the last boundary between them. Just as she was about to make the final move, the seemingly drunk Gu Yanzi suddenly opened his eyes, completely sober without any trace of drunkenness. He saw through all her little tricks in an instant and pointed out the flaw of her rapidly healed injured hand, exposing her fake miserable act. Panicked, Ziking Huashen tried to defend herself and shift the blame, only to be firmly confined by Gu Yanzi. The truth was finally revealed, overturning all Ziking Huashen's guesses and fears. Gu Yanzi had never suffered from amnesia from the beginning to the end. The head injury was only a minor accident, and he retained all his memories clearly. His trip to Germany was never a coincidence. He crossed mountains and seas on purpose just to find her and stay by her side. For long years, he had seen through every lie and careful disguise she made, yet he chose to cooperate with her quietly and indulge her paranoia and possessiveness willingly. He had long known her deception, understood her inner unease and timidity, and realized why she fled in panic after returning home. For years, he had hidden his deep love silently, waiting patiently for the girl who loved him crazily to let down her guard. As the night faded and the morning light streamed into the room, Gu Yanzi had confessed his sincere feelings without any blame or accusation. His love had lasted far longer than she had ever imagined, stretching back to their early youth. He took out a well-prepared drink and solemnly proposed to her, asking for a formal identity, turning their 4-year hidden love into an open and heartfelt relationship. All Ziking Huashen's panic, guilt and unease dissipated in an instant. It was never a one-sided deception and plunder on her part, but his long-planned arrival and willing sinking. Their long-standing unspoken crush finally came to an end. After countless twists and turns, the paranoid girl and the deep-minded young master confessed their true hearts to each other, holding each other tightly and embracing a passionate and fulfilling mutual love. This story centers on Ziking Huashen's 10-year unrequited crush, a 4-year deceptive overseas relationship, and the final truth and mutual redemption. It depicts the extreme paranoia of secret love, the sweetness of stolen companionship, the fear of lies being exposed, and the deep hidden affection of the male lead. The emotional rhythm is layered and rich, from humble one-sided pursuit, guilty sweet cohabitation, desperate escape and regret, to bold ray chasing, failed schemes, and the ultimate truth reveal. The male lead's long-hidden deep love runs through the whole story. He saw all her flaws and tricks, but loved her stubbornly and endured silently. What started as a fake relationship woven by lies eventually turned into sincere mutual affection. Both of them, trapped by unspoken love, finally break through misunderstandings, bid farewell to lies and unease, and complete the most beautiful redemption under the sincere confession, reaping a sweet and lasting happy ending.